Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. I am so sorry that I missed last week and I missed yesterday, but I'm posting this today on Tuesday. Better late than never. I have been so busy. I went to Aruba with my family. We had the best time ever. It was my first time in Aruba and it was just amazing. Maybe I'll do a little catch up in another episode, but I literally had the best time there and I was just unplugged. Honestly, I barely even took any pictures compared to what I normally do when I'm on vacation, but it's just because I was having a great time. Like we went UTVing, we went snorkeling, we walked around. It was just amazing. If you've ever been to Aruba, you know, the people there are so nice. Everything was just absolutely incredible. So I was unplugged for that. And then this past Sunday, we hosted our Sip and Sculpt event with the Wellness Club. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. The girls that came were just amazing. We had 19 women there, and it was just the best group ever. We did a really good workout. Then everyone hung out, got drinks, talked. There were goodie bags, cute signs. It was just amazing. I just feel so grateful to get to do things like that. And if you've been listening for a long time, you know that this podcast had a rebrand to the Wellness Club, and that's the whole reason why I switched the podcast to be the Wellness Club, because I've always dreamt of having this club or community or just group of women that get together and do things, workouts, crafts, social events. And I really want to do that more. And we have some fun things planned. So I'm just so happy and grateful that it went so well. The women loved it. I loved it. It was just amazing. But I have been a little bit busy with that because I treated this like almost like planning a wedding. Like I was making signs and making decorations, putting together gifts. Like it was just a whole thing. But I'm back and I'm sorry for my absence on the podcast. This is my baby and I will try to be more consistent with you guys. I'm so sorry. If you are local to South Jersey, I'm hosting a couple of free workouts at our local park. The information's on our Instagram, but if you want to come, I'm doing a 3-week series at the park. It's completely free. Like I said, I just want to bring people together and I want to make workouts and movement accessible. And so with the Wellness Club, I will be doing some paid events, but I'll also be doing a lot of free stuff because I just want people to get together, move their bodies, and have fun doing it. And that's what we're here for. So if you are local, check out the Instagram because we're going to be posting a lot more stuff there. I have some things up my sleeve that I'm excited about. But without further ado, let's get into this week's episode. I'm very excited about this week's episode because when we talk about health and wellness, most of the time we're talking about the things that our body is doing, quote unquote, wrong, right? Those things that our body just isn't doing right compared to other people. We don't have as much energy. We don't feel the same way. We experience X, Y, and Z symptom. And while those are definitely insightful to us on what we can do better or where we should be going, I thought it would be refreshing to tell you some signs of all the things that your body might be doing right. In this week's episode, I'm going to share 8 signs that your body is healthier than you might think and why these things are important to notice. The first sign that your body is healthier than you might think is that you sweat easily. Now, I know sweating gets a bad rep, but sweating is actually such an important mechanism that our body does to protect us. And sweating easily and appropriately is actually a great sign of health. Sweating is like our body's built-in air conditioning system. And you know, if your AC broke in your house, you would be throwing a fit, right? So our body has that built in already. And sweating is what helps us regulate our body temperature and also remove excess heat. Every time you sweat, that sweat is evaporating and pulling heat away from your skin and cooling your body. So sweating easily is a great sign of health because it shows that your body is highly efficient at cooling itself. The second sign that your body's healthier than you might think is that you're actually hungry in the morning. I know sometimes we think of hunger as the enemy, but being hungry at regular intervals actually shows that your metabolism and your digestion are working properly. So if you're hungry within the first hour or so of waking up and you're hungry at normal intervals throughout the day, that can be a sign that your body's functioning properly and digesting food well. You shouldn't be so hungry that you're ravenous or dizzy or shaky, but being ready to eat within the first hour or so of waking up shows that your body's ready to recharge. The third sign that your body's healthier than you might think is that you use the bathroom daily or close to daily. Constipation and irregular bowel are so common, but just because a lot of people are dealing with it does not mean that it's necessarily normal. Normal bowel movements are very important for our health. They should be painless, strainless, and anywhere from 3 times a week to 3 times per day. The shape and color also indicate health. So I know we're getting TMI here, but making sure that your bowels are soft, smooth, and snake-like are a great indicator that you're having healthy digestion. And if you're not, because I know this is very common, changing up your diet can really help you start to see some changes. If you are experiencing irregularity in your bowels, mainly fiber and your overall hydration can really help. And if you've been mindful of your fiber, you've been getting whole foods and you you still are experiencing irregular bowels, I would look into getting a food sensitivity test. They check your stool and they use that to see what foods you might be sensitive to, whether it's gluten, dairy, or even some healthy food options. Like I know some people have some sensitivities to tomatoes or different vegetables, and it can be insightful to see. But before doing that, you don't even have to spend any money on a test like that. If you haven't been mindful of your fiber specifically, I would look into that because a lot of people are struggling with irregular bowels, but regular bowel movements are a great sign of overall digestive health and just overall health in general. Number 4, the fourth sign that your body is healthier than you might think is that your skin and your lips are not dry. Now, I love the lip gloss movement. I love the lip balm movement. Everyone's constantly putting on lip balm, chapstick, all that kind of stuff. But if your skin and your barrier are healthy, you shouldn't need that all the time. I know it's great for aesthetic purposes, but if you're constantly feeling dry in your skin, your lips, your skin feels tight, that could be a sign that your body's not hydrated, and you should be hydrated from the inside out. You could get all the facials and treatments that you want to have that glowy skin, but if you're not internally hydrated, your skin is only going to glow so much. If your skin is pretty hydrated without the use of extra lotions and moisturizers and things like that, that's a good sign that your body is overall hydrated from the inside out. Number 5, that your body's healthier than you might think is that you hardly get sick, and when you do, it's mild and goes away. There's no immune system that perfectly prevents sickness, and you could be very healthy and still get a cold here and there, especially during certain times of the year. It's very common, and getting sick doesn't always mean that you're unhealthy. But when you do get sick, a healthy body will recover quickly, and the symptoms usually are more mild. Our immune systems are amazing in how they defend us and protect us from sickness and recover from sickness, and you want your immune system to recognize the threats and give an appropriate immune response to heal and get you back to normal. Even the way your body gets a fever sometimes when you're sick, that's your immune response to get over the sickness and recover quickly. So if you notice that when you're sick, you recover relatively quickly and your symptoms aren't too bad, that's usually a good sign of health. Even when you get a small cut or a bruise, that will usually heal relatively quickly without any prolonged symptoms, and that's showing that you have a good immune response. Number 6, the sixth sign that your body's healthier than you think, and this one's very important, is that you fall asleep within 15 to 20 minutes of trying. How you fall asleep is a great indicator of your health, and some things to look out for with your sleep are falling asleep without difficulty, staying asleep most of the night, and waking up refreshed. Now, when you wake up at 5 a.m., you might not always be, yay, I'm so excited, but if that's a normal part of your routine and you give yourself enough time to go to sleep and you sleep well throughout the night, you should wake up pretty ready to go. And then you're ready to go throughout the day without too many energy crashes, but then at the end of the night, you're tired. Being tired at the end of the night, especially when you're in a consistent wake up and sleep routine, shows that your body is functioning very well. Poor sleep in any of these areas, whether it's hard time falling asleep, hard time staying asleep, or not waking up refreshed, that's often linked with obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, depression, and just overall weakened immunity. So getting those things under control and figuring out the underlying reasons why you're struggling to sleep can really help you take care of your body overall. Being able to fall asleep easily and then wake up refreshed also shows that your body recovers well from your daily activities, where you're getting the appropriate amount of sleep to wake up and do it all again the next day. Number 7, that your body's healthier than you think is that your resting heart rate is relatively low. Your resting heart rate is a vital sign that can gauge your heart's efficiency and your overall cardiovascular health. Most fitness watches track your resting heart rate somewhere, and a lower resting heart rate generally means that your heart muscle is stronger and pumps blood with less effort. Now, the normal resting heart rate for adults is anywhere from 60 to 100 beats per minute. That's considered normal, not alarming to doctors. However, physically active adults usually end up between 40 to 60 beats per minute. And these numbers also depend on your age, your gender, how much muscle you have, all those different things. But being on the lower end generally means that your cardiovascular health is really good. If you've been using an Apple Watch or any kind of fitness watch for a while, you can go in on the health app and see where your resting heart rate has been, and you can look at the trends over the last few years. I've looked at mine and I can see periods where I've been much more active and putting an emphasis on my cardiovascular health specifically, and then periods of my life where I haven't been. And there are some discrepancies between my resting heart rate. As you improve your cardiovascular endurance, your heart muscle becomes more efficient, which usually brings your resting heart rate down over time. time. Now, you don't want any severe or sudden increases or decreases in your resting heart rate. Any kind of spike like that could be an underlying medical condition. So if you are concerned, obviously always check with your doctors and specialists and things like that. But overall, if you're seeing that your resting heart rate is on the lower end, that's usually a great sign of cardiovascular health specifically. Number 8, our final sign that your body is healthier than you might think, is that you recover quickly after physical stress. Physical stress being exercise, workout classes, movement, things like that. If you notice that after a day of very challenging exercise, you feel back to normal within 1 to 2 days and your muscles feel ready to go and fully refreshed, that's usually a great sign that your body is functioning very well. A healthy body can efficiently repair muscle tissue. And as you guys know, when you're working out and doing all this strenuous exercise, over time you're breaking down your muscle tissue to build them up and repair them even stronger. And if your body is repairing quickly and efficiently, that's usually a great sign. Recovering quickly also shows that your body is very efficient in replenishing your energy stores after a challenging exercise session, and also very good at controlling inflammation. It's normal to feel it a little bit after an exercise, but you shouldn't be feeling it so much where you can barely go down the steps for days, barely sit down for days on end, weeks on end. That's usually a sign that your body is not recovering as efficiently as it can. And if that's the case, I would look into your exercises and see if there may be too much volume, too much intensity, things like that. But if you notice that you can do a challenging exercise and move right along the next day, that's a great sign that your body is functioning very well. Those are the 8 signs that your body is healthier than you might think. Let me know what you guys think about this episode on Instagram at the Wellness Club XO. I've been posting a lot of stuff on there again. I feel like I'm back on my grind with social media. You guys know I kind of go through my phases over there, but I've been having fun over there. So let me know in the DMs what you guys have been thinking of these episodes. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Get your body moving some point today, and I'll talk to you guys again next Monday. Have a great day. Bye.